It's hard to believe it's been 10 years since it seemed everyone was dousing themselves with buckets of ice. The man who helped inspire the Ice Bucket Challenge, Pete Frates, an athlete and a husband and father stricken with ALS in the prime of his life. But from his wheelchair, Frates found a way to fight back. From our friends at ESPN, here's Chris Connolly.
In March of 2012, Pete Frates, a former Boston College baseball player from Beverly, Massachusetts, was diagnosed with ALS.
My name is Pete Frates. I'm 27, and I was recently diagnosed with ALS.
ALS is a disease that stops your brain from being able to send a message to your muscles, and there is no way to cure it. In August of 2014, he helped start one of the biggest fundraisers of all time, the Ice Bucket Challenge. Pretty soon, it spread all over the internet and the world. Everyone wanted to be part of it.
Ice Bucket Challenge for ALS.
August will be the 10-year anniversary of the Ice Bucket Challenge, and it is important to the world to remember Pete and his legacy.
Over the head.
I can't believe it's been 10 years, honestly. I can so vividly remember waking up in the morning for, that month of August, and Pete and I would look at each other and be like, who did it now? Ah! Every morning it got crazier and crazier.
Pete loved it. He loved every minute of it. Maybe he thought he was going to be hitting home runs for the Boston Red Sox, and that's how maybe fame might come his way. But this was so much more than that.
That's a grand slam home run for Peter Frates.
Pete Frates was a three-sports standout in high school and made the baseball team at Boston College. After Pete's home run helped BC to victory over Harvard at Fenway Park to win the 2006 Beanpot Tourney, he held the trophy in triumph. 6 years later, in 2012, Pete Frates would be diagnosed with ALS.
When those 3 letters came across the room to Pete, and when I heard the doctor say 3 to 5 years, 100% fatal, it hit me like my world had collapsed.
Consider myself the luckiest.
Often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis relentlessly breaks down nerve cells and causes muscles to stop functioning. ALS has no cure. But Pete Frates was looking for a way that he could wage war on ALS.
For a young guy like myself to be diagnosed, hopefully I can use my youth and the networks that I'm part of to promote some awareness.
I ask of you, let's speed up the process. Let's work together. Let's get this disease a thing of the past. Thank you.
Okay, take some deep breaths in. Pete asked me very directly, how much money will it take to eradicate ALS?
As strong as you can. Okay, that's great.
I thought for a few minutes about it. I should have thought longer, but I said a billion.
And what did he say when you said $1 billion?
He said we're going to get that.
Obviously, I'm here to raise awareness for ALS, but
In late July 2014, Pete saw ALS patient Pat Quinn posting challenge videos like this one done by his brother Dan Quinn. The following morning, Pete gathered his family together.
Pete pulled me aside and said, this is it. This is what's gonna be the game changer for ALS.
I'm ready.
Pete called on them each to do Ice Bucket Challenge videos. Upload them to Facebook, tag them, and get them in front of others.
I think Julian Edelman was the first real nationally profiled player to do the Ice Bucket Challenge.
And this is all to raise awareness for ALS and Pete Frates.
Athletes and others across the country did their own videos. Many also donated to ALS charities via the links on Pete's homepage.
Then it jumped from the sports world that week to the entertainment people in week 3.
Ben Affleck and Jimmy Kimmel, this is for you.
Oprah did it. My wife went crazy.
The social media storm that ensued was, I don't think we've ever seen anything like it again.
Pete finally admitted that it had gone way beyond his dreams, and he has big dreams, so he was very proud of the movement.
Facebook was keeping track of the numbers. They were unprecedented.
We saw over 17 million videos related to the Ice Bucket Challenge shared on Facebook, and over 440 million people saw those videos. Those numbers are staggering. It reached almost every country. This was truly one of the biggest online movements that we'd ever seen.
Then we started getting the reports about the money. So in the United States, it raised $115 million in 6 weeks, and worldwide, close to $250 million.
That money going to fund ALS research and helping provide care for some patients living with the disease.
Hope is a great motivator. It was Pete that gave us the hope.
Less than a year after the Ice Bucket Challenge, Pete made the decision to go on a ventilator. He did it to stay alive. And he did it for love, as a son, a sibling, a husband, and a father.
I dig it.
We both are nonverbal, so I believe we share a special bond unlike many fathers and daughters. She knows I love her and that she can get away with anything. She has me wrapped around her little finger.
How long was it that you could still see in his eyes what his feelings were?
Until the day he left us.
Pete Frates died on December 9th, 2019.
We're done with grieving. We're done. All we're doing is celebrating Pete Frates.
For me, it's all about Lucy. She loves to talk about him.
Hi, my name is Lucy Frates. Although there is no cure for ALS yet, there will be one day, and Pete and the money it helped raise will be largely to thank.
When you talk about Pete with her, what kind of conversations do you have?
It's all day, every day in our house, you know, would Dad have liked this? Would Dad have done this? To see her on the field, he would just be head over heels for that. When she, you know, does something, I'm like, that is so your dad. And that your dad would love that.
What do you feel your husband's legacy is?
I hope it's that we find a cure for ALS. It might have been Lou Gehrig's disease, but it will be Pete Frates' cure.
Our thanks to Chris. You can watch ESPN's SC feature Pete's Legacy on ESPN.com or on the ESPN app.